and I help women who are in narcissistic and toxic relationships really find their way out. Find out how they work, figure out how they work, and to start to dig themselves out of the hole that they've been in for a long time. Most women in narcissistic relationships are actually very successful. They've got positions of leadership, they've got positions of power. That's very common, whether it's they've got power in their home or power in their community or power in their businesses and their entrepreneurs. So it's very, very common that you'll find many empathic healer women who are in narcissistic relationships, narcissistic codependent relationships. They're the people that you many times respect the most, and they're probably you. So, okay, about 14 years ago, I decided to become a healer by profession. And I did it out of necessity. I became a healer because I had to figure out how to handle all of the emotions that were going on inside of me. And I needed a way to support that healing transformational process that I needed to go through. So I turned it into a career, that I was able to write off all the things that I loved, that I wanted to learn about and get better at. And so over the years, I really narrowed it down to a few basics. One of the biggest problems with learning to heal yourself or stay balanced or move forward or deal with emotional wounds or trauma from your past, one of the most difficult things is knowing what you should really do. I mean, there's a million different ways you can do it, from talking to people who channel from higher levels of consciousness, to getting a massage regularly, to going and doing paintball. Everyone is different, and everyone has a million different ways that they can heal. But specifically empaths and women who are in narcissistic codependent relationships, we need some tried and true things which we know will always work for us. So I got into my career focusing on the things I could see and feel and touch and notice, and that were measurable. Things that science could actually measure and say, yes, when you do this, this happens. And it's repeatable, so that it's not just with me, but it's with a wide variety of people. It's not just with empaths, it's with every human being that exists. And so if you as an empath in a narcissistic relationship, you have got a big challenge. And the challenge is your job is to take a leadership role in learning how to take care of yourself, because you're going to take care of yourself and be smarter about it. You'll know when the lights need to come down. You'll know when the music needs to change. You know all about feeling good because you can sense everything around you. And so I'm going to teach you the things that I use that work the best for me, that I will no longer live without. So let's start with one of my favorites, tried and true, diffuser. Essential oil. You need one that's ionizing, so it like sprays water into the air, because it also sprays the essential oil. You want to get a good essential oil. I personally like Mountain Rose Herbs, and they've been vetted by many people, including me, and I love the quality of their oils. Just pick stuff you like, because if you like it, then it will help your body heal. And the cool thing about essential oils is that you can carry them around with you. So, and you can put them in the background. The reason I always have a diffuser going at home or here is because it doesn't just make me feel good. It makes everybody feel good. I used to do massage in corporate offices, and they'd put me in a spare room, a spare office, and those are terrible. There's no personality, there's no charm, there's no anything. So one of the things I would always bring was my diffuser and some essential oils. And what would happen is the days that I would work, the whole environment would change. It wasn't just the person coming to see me. It was anyone who could smell whatever I put in the diffuser. So if there's something you like, let's say orange or sage, then put it in your environment, because guess what? It's not just going to keep you calm and keep you healthy. It's going to keep everybody else calm and healthy too. It doesn't really matter what you pick. The whole cue is that you like it and you have things which trigger your sense of smell in a positive way. One of the ways I do it is I'm always keeping things which are aromatic around, like sage. So whenever I need a lift, I'll use something that has a lot of smell. So in smudging, And if you don't know what smudging is using something that's aromatic, like sage, or an essential oil, or a flower, or lavender. You can even use sound. You can even use drumming and music. What it does is it talks to the body and it tells it to think something different. It triggers us automatically in our brain to go in a different direction. So I always keep things like sage around. Here, let me light some. I'm always, typically, when I need a pick-me-up, burning it. Now, the thing I like about using sage or sweetgrass or anything is it brings a sense of the spiritual. One of the biggest challenges empaths have is staying connected to something that's bigger than themselves so that they remember who they really are. When I bring something that smells good, that's also has a little bit of ceremony behind it, a little bit of ritual, something it means to me, it keeps me remembering who I am, what my job is in the world. In fact, you'll see lots of things around me that remind me who I am. The butterflies and the plants and the colored lights. I very intentionally create environments that keep me feeling happy and healthy. And so having a diffuser and essential oils is one way I create that environment, that sense of smell. Having the sage, that ritual, is something, because then I have that sense of sacred, that sense of high value. I always keep tea around, a wide variety of tea, and I put them in pretty teapots and pretty cups. And the reason being is because when something is pretty, it makes us feel better. When we treat ourselves special as if we matter, using something we like, it makes us feel better. And the super cool thing about teas is, just like essential oils, they have medicines in them. They have terpenes in them. They have things which make your body feel lighter, feel better, feel happier. I like yogi teas. Those are some of my favorite. I love Tazo teas, T-A-Z-O. Those are so flavorful. And I love teas from all sorts of crazy independent places. So if you find a good tea distributor with loose leaf tea, check out a few, because the medicinal benefits of the tea help keep you on a good track. Okay, so what else do I use? Good chocolate. This is my latest good chocolate. This is actually cocoa beans. See? It's actually cocoa beans that you treat as if you would treat coffee. So you brew it in a French press just like you would coffee, except it's cocoa. And it's been, roasted and toasted and flavored, and you can have a lot of fun with it. And so instead of drinking coffee, when I want to feel special, when I want to feel that uplift, I do my cocoa. Okay, what else do I do? I keep very pretty things around me. So this is one of my favorites lately. I've studied with something called stone medicine, and stone medicine is where you use stones, usually basalt, and you warm them up in hot water, and you put them on the body. You might know it as a hot stone massage, but stone medicine actually comes from an indigenous cultural sort of thing. And the idea is that the stones of the earth hold our stories. They have personalities. They're our grandparents, they're our grandmothers, and our grandfathers. And so I keep a lot of stones in my life, and I heat up my stones, and I put them on my belly, and I put them on my back, and I put them on my chest, and I just warm them up so that they feel good, and I let the stones talk to me. I keep crystals around because they talk to me. Now, you're not going to be like, oh, hello, Rita, I'm having a little conversation with you today. That's not it at all. What it is you get quiet, and you look to see, you listen. What might the stone have to share with you? So it's not some weird where it develops a mouth, unless you're taking an herbal medicine, which can be very helpful. It's there to get you thinking in new directions, to get you looking in the world in a different way. What else do I keep around? Always. I keep around a drum, because vibrations are very powerful. Drums have been used metaphorically and physically to draw things in. Whenever I need to break through an emotional block, I'll get out my drum, because it's It's drawing in positive energies. It's movement, it's activity, it's sound, it's rhythm. It entrains me. So I'll keep my drum around. And this is one that I made, and I use it often whenever I need to clear any sort of emotional blocks. So this leads me into vibration therapy, and this is my way cool favorite toy I just picked up. This is called a Wooger vest. Wooger. And what it is you just put the vest on, snap it up, you put your headphones on. I love to have good headphones like Bose because sound really entrains your brain. So I use my headphones with brainwave meditation music. So a good pair of headphones, always helpful. It plugs into your little Wooger vest. And what happens is it vibrates to whatever you're listening to. Here's how I use it, okay? I use it to listen to my brainwave meditation music, the stuff that takes your brain through the different consciousness levels, including the level where you're connected to, your higher power, where you feel that sense of bliss, you feel that sense of oneness. This vest, this Wooger vest, gets me there because I plug it into my brainwave entrainment music. And so I get this wonderful vibrational therapy. It vibrates my gut, it vibrates my heart, it vibrates the toxins out of my cells, it vibrates the muscles, it vibrates my pineal gland. It vibrates everything. And what it does is it lets your body detox. And when I use it with my brainwave entrainment, it gets my body entrained with that higher level of beingness too. It's super cool. I've been playing with this lately quite a bit. And I'll just lay there, think whatever I want to think, even if they're nasty thoughts. Even if they're thoughts of, I can't believe this is turning out the way that it is. Oh my God, I hate this, I hate that, I hate the other thing. Expletive. I can think these things without having to change them, but by putting on my vest and putting on my headphones, it changes my mind. I go from being angry and hurt and overwhelmed and frustrated. Within like 20 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I can handle this. This is cool. So over a lunch break, over a snack break, over a coffee break, over hiding in the bathroom, over behind the refrigerator, you can turn your head from, I can't believe this is happening, what am I going to do, oh my God, from worry, anger, frustration, hurt, and get yourself back into alignment. And not just into alignment where you're like, okay, this is a break, I went shopping, life is better. It's an alignment as in it gets rid of all of the emotion chemicals that were around that anger, that were around that overwhelm, that were around that frustration. Vibration therapy, whether you use a drum, because I used to use a drum for vibration therapy, my drum, and I'd use it, and I still use it, to vibrate over different parts of the body, because we want to vibrate it. Vest works the same way. You can vibrate that way. Or I used to vibrate with stones. I would take my rocks and I'd hit them together, and they would create a vibration too. So you're actually getting rid of the emotions that make you angry. You're getting rid of the emotions that make you feel worried or frustrated or overwhelmed. It's really fun. I'm having a ball, and my mental emotional state is really getting into alignment. I'm getting happier and more blissful every day. It's really neat. I was like, wow, this really is possible. This is super cool. So I've been playing with that a lot. The last thing I'll always have around are candles. And the reason I have candles around is because they're very, very good for meditation. Here it is. The flickering of a candle, and I'll either use unscented or I'll use stuff with essential oils. The thing with the candle is that it flickers. And because it flickers, it breaks up your brain patterns. And it allows your frontal lobe to get out of the way. What does that mean? It means that you can relax. When you look at a candle or a fire or a flame or even a fake fireplace, what it does is it allows your mind to go into a more trance, relaxed, open-minded state. And even just 15, 20 minutes of staring at a candle or staring at a fire will let you come back to normal. And so something is, where you can get 100 candles, 100 little unscented tea lights for what, $9.99 someplace? You can keep these around, and in a pinch, I'll absolutely light a candle, because the flickering helps work with your brain, helps get it into an open-minded state, helps you heal. Okay. Now here's the real trick that nobody ever talks about in healing, and the real trick is you don't just do one. You don't just do a drum and go, oh, it didn't work. You don't just do a cup of tea and say, oh, it didn't work. Or an essential oil like geranium or lavender and be like, yeah, it smells good, but I'm still angry and frustrated. Or just smudging, oh yeah, well, that's nice, but I'm still angry and frustrated and overwhelmed. The key is to use these tools all the time. These aren't things that I had to dig out of a back closet. These are things I keep around me all the time. I'm always using them. I'm always drumming. I'm always smelling essential oils. I'm always doing something sacred. I'm always enriching my life with beauty and memories and ideas. It's a layering. When you work on all your different senses, sense of smell and touch and taste and sight and hearing, when you work on everything, that's when the changes happen. You only need 1% change in what you do, 1% in many different areas. And so that 1% can be as easy as adding an essential oil to your day, putting it on your wrists, or adding a bracelet with crystals that you love. I wear these things, I do these things all the time, because as an empath, the only way to stay grounded and level is to consciously create environments that make us feel grounded and level. And not just environments for us, it's environments for everybody else. It helps them stay in a good place. But we also need to do a lot of it. Our biggest mistake is we do it once a month, once every other month, one ritual once a year, and it's not going to work. You've got to do these things and have them surrounded and make it easy for you to use all the time. Because the only way to combat being in fight or flight is to be nourished and centered and aligned. And you do that by surrounding yourself and making it your greatest intention. How can you nourish you? Every moment is about how can you nourish you? So surround yourself, create your own altars, create your own spaces, make it easy to get in touch with these things. Do the things which are indulging yourself, because in reality what they're doing is they're nourishing you. They're letting you get beyond the emotional blocks you have, beyond your self-sabotage, beyond your negative thinking, beyond your obsessive thinking and paranoid thinking, and beyond your narcissistic relationships. When you nourish yourself enough, you're no longer a little sapling. You start to become a giant redwood, because you keep giving yourself the things that you need, whether it's detox and vibration therapy, whether it's ceremony, whether it's a flickering candle, whether it's an essential oil, whether it's something beautiful or a vacation somewhere. You've got to do a lot of it. You've got to do it, surround yourself with it so it affects everybody else. You have to layer it, and that's when you discover, oh, this stuff works after all. Who knew? Yes, it does work, but you have to work with it together, okay? So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm excited to hear. If you would post, if you would share with me, if you would put somewhere in the comments even the things that you do to make yourself feel good, I would love to hear it. And if you're struggling with this, the first week in December, we're going to be doing a 7-week challenge, a 7-day challenge, a 7-day self-care challenge, where we have speakers from all over the place, all over the world, from astrology to psychic channeling to body-mind therapies to healthy chocolate, all of it. But the secret is every night we're going to come together and do a healing. So you can pick and choose whatever speaker you want to see. It doesn't matter. And most of them are like only 20 minutes. So like a little snack. You just listen, you just watch, you show up for 20 minutes, even if you just do one a day. And then at night, we will get rid of, we will detox the emotions that keep you from really putting those things in place. Because the biggest challenge we all have is action. We all think, yeah, that's really great information. Boy, it would be nice if I could do that. Boy, yeah, that's really great information. I should put that into place the next day. When in reality, what it is it's your emotional reactions that keep you from doing it. So every night, whatever triggered you during the day, we're going to get rid of those triggers. We're going to get you back into alignment. You're going to process through whatever was hiding behind that emotion, and then you'll come up with the next step. And it's not intense. It's just like you sit there, you listen to brainwave entrainment music, and you do clearing when emotions come up, and then a little bit of journaling when you get insights. And then what naturally happens is you go, aha, this is what I'm going to do. So that's what the 7-day challenge will be. Imagine what it would be like 7 days of doing something that nourishes you. All those wonderful things and exploring the things that you love. And on the other side of those 7 days, you will see that you are a happier, more blissful, more balanced, more intelligent, more capable woman than you thought you were. And I'm going to applaud and cheer the whole way. And so will every woman who's sharing their blessings on this 7-day challenge. Okay, so I think that's it. Renee says, good morning. You watch me all the time. You've learned so much and you keep on learning. I'm really glad to hear that, Renee. Thank you. Because this information needs to get out into the world. Women have been suffering for too long and we need to stop the suffering cycle. Okay, so if you need anything, reach out, like, share these videos, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.